deep breath into that. Isn't that lovely? Good morning. That is Clara Sophia and her brother on the hand drums. And grateful, grateful, grateful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to be here with you. Let's see, where are we? We're here, I think. Boom. Yeah, welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers. Happy autumn equinox in the Northern Hemisphere, spring equinox for our friends in Australia. And great to be here with you. They're heading into the light, we're heading out of the light, but the light continues, the light remains, the light endures, and it's a pleasure to be here with you this morning. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and let's pray in and do our thing. It is, where are we? It is bibbidi bobbidi boop, the 22nd of September 2025. There's Bob in Dublin. We'll get to that. Oh, Cosmic Birther. Go ahead. Thank you for being here once again. Take a moment with the sun blessing us. Turn within. Take a deep breath. We'll do 3 together. Hold. Letting go. Letting go. Deeper, deeper breath. Second breath. Stretching the spine, looking up through the third eye, lighting up the crown, let it go. And third, deep, deep breath. Here we go. And let go. Perfect. Let's dive in. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, the prayer of the Christ consciousness from Brother Yeshua, who was getting a lot of attention yesterday. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Take a deep breath. This is from the Course in Miracles. It goes right in with our prayers here. The teachers of God have trust in the world because they have learned it is not governed by the laws the world made up. It is governed by a power that is in them, but not of them. Be in the world, but not of it, says Yeshua. It is this power that keeps all things safe and all beings safe. Okay, and I'm going to the Violet Flame, Prayer of the Miracle Worker. Today we begin by tucking our chins and bowing our heads and knowing that God is all that there is and that we are one with it. We surrender all that we are to all God will have us be. We bow our heads, our hearts, our desires and agendas to God's will. We trust that God knows us and loves us as we make our way home to peace. We trust that we will see miracles where we once saw lack and limitations, and that we will be assisted in solutions where we once saw dead ends. We commit to remembering that we're immersed in God's holy ecstasy and audaciousness, where all things are possible, plentiful, and perfect. We give thanks for another day of miracles and miraculous encounters. And may we always remember that this grace is offered to us, not just for our own sake, for our own peace and joy, but so that we may be a fearless extension of God's love. And together so we say, and so it is. Take a breath into that. And the violet flame from Patricia Robles. I'll give you both Patricia prayers. I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the Galactic Federation of Light, the Angelic Kingdom, the Elemental Kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life and of life itself. I ask my I am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action I express throughout this day with more love and more light for myself and my world. I am the open door of the violet flame. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the I am presence of all humanity. As one voice, one breath, one heartbeat, one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love, we invoke the most intensified frequencies of the fifth dimensional crystal and solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow. Beloved Saint Germain and your legions of fifth dimensional violet flame archangels, we ask that you blaze, blaze, blaze this violet flame with the power and might of 1,000 suns, in, through, and around every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame or dimension, both known and unknown, that is reflecting anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, effect, record, and memory back into its original perfection and seal it in an invincible force field of God's comprehensive divine love. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished, even as we call. We also accept and know that this violet flame is increasing daily and hourly, moment by moment, with every single breath we take, until this sweet earth and all her life have ascended into the fifth dimensional crystalline solar realms of the new earth. And so it is. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Beloved, I am. Take a deep breath. All right, well, good morning, I say again. Here we go. If I can, yes, clear my throat. Incredibly powerful weekend for me, and very happy, joyous, wonderful weekend. I had a magnificent and very successful night. My best night for the Irish Film Club at the library here in Bandon, and we showed Kenneth Branagh's film Belfast, which I have the poster of here somewhere. The poster is even great. And we had a full house, by God, on Culture Night, which was a pleasure to be a part of that. And the film was the perfect film for the evening. It had everything. It had family. It had Irish history and culture. It had the Troubles and people trying and striving to live in chaos and make peace with each other. And here we go. This is us on Friday night. Yeah. 2 years in the making. There we are. There's Donal my Gardaí friend, and Fergus and his wife, and lovely, lovely folks. So thank you everyone who came. And then we had out in the hall, we had Brother James Dowling, who we waved at each other over the weekend. He and his James plays the box and sings, and the beatbox we call it, I think, and for percussion, and his man plays guitar, and they packed him in, and everyone had a great time. So well done to the Shrugs is the name of his great group, and just a fabulous, fabulous evening. Wonderful. I got to interview David and Vivica, my dear friends, who are working together, and they have their Earth Keepers, the Elders of the Earth, a shamanic journey coming up this weekend, Sunday the 28th. It is available to everyone. You can make a donation in support of their great work as well. An open invitation to all united hearts. Join us on a shamanic journey with the Earth Keepers, the Elders of the Earth. We've been experiencing their presence and receiving their messages for several weeks. They are here to help us release the last chains in our own collective consciousness, slavery programming, religious imprints, victim programs, and any energetic chain that keeps us bound to old realities. So please check out the interview there. It was about an hour, and of course Vivica and David did a blessing at the end that was extremely powerful. I've been studying with David for 3 years, I'd say, something like that. There's the graphic for it. Really beautiful. And he and Vivica connected magically and miraculously. She joined his class, and then the two of them realized that they literally were one soul in two different bodies, and they've come together not as a romantic couple, but in every other way, supporting and loving each other and co-creating wonderful, wonderful healing work together. And you can find out more info for their work at theedentemple.com. Beautiful stuff. Always a joy. Yeah. Where am I going? So we're in the equinox, we're in the solar eclipse. We've had the solar eclipse, we've had the equinox. This is the other side of that. And the energy is there, and we're working with it more consciously than ever before. There's a new one from Aluna. I'll give you that here in a moment. And one from Helen. Yeah, we'll do that. I am divine. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Just, if you haven't seen Belfast, this was a screenplay that Kenneth wrote during the lockdown. The family leaves Belfast when he's 10 years old and moves to London, and that's what that helped Kenneth eventually begin his career as an actor and director, one of the best out there. He said it took him 50 years to write this screenplay, and he directed the film, and we had the soundtrack by none other than the Belfast boy himself, Van Morrison, who's celebrating his 80th year on the planet this year. And Kenneth went on to win the best original screenplay, the Oscar for that, and I think the film was nominated for 4 or 5 Oscars. Just really a feast. So thank you, universe, for that. Yeah, great stuff. There's Bob. What am I looking for here? Gemma. Okay. All right. So so Standing Bear, the brother who's there in the blue ribbon shirt, very tall gentleman with the glasses, he's in town right now doing ceremony and workshops. I think he did one over the weekend in Kinsale, which is just down the road. And we've talked about doing another interview while he's here, so I'm looking forward to that. But he has another event coming up in October as well. So he's a powerful spiritual being with a lot of wisdom and love to share, and I highly recommend him to you. So check him out. And I've done interviews with himself, standing there with Chief Phil Lane, who's come through his surgery once again and is in good form, has done more posts and events post-surgery, which is wonderful. And also last week, Becky Big Canoe talking about the kindred way, her channeling from spirit also during the lockdown, um, how to live in peace and harmony with our brothers and sisters, how to create a more just and equitable society that honors Mother Earth and looks after the generations, 7 generations down the line. So all of that is continuing to come into my life, for which I'm deeply grateful. Here's our brother Jer Banks, who did a great talk at the World Peace Gathering. I come back to you there. World peace begins with you, begins with your peace. So just to give you this, you think you know somebody. So here's Robert Redford, and celebrating his passing once again. We'll get to Charlie Kirk here in a minute. Sad to hear the passing of Robert Redford a few days ago. In 2008, he was awarded an honorary degree at Trinity College for his contribution to film and activism and for the environment. Robert's grandparents were Irish, and he had visited Dublin many times over the years. Well, who knew? And it turns out his biographer was interviewed. I think I shared this a night or two after his passing, and they were both very mad into poetry. So all of that was brilliant. All right, my friends, let's dive in. Great to be here with you. The film was great Friday night. Had a fantastic time Saturday at the market. Saw our old friend David, the Italian filmmaker, back from his 6-week silent retreat in Italy with Amma. No, in India, sorry, with Amma. And Sunday was a day of rest, I'd say. Here we go. Eileen Caddy. Ready? Waste no time in idle thoughts and chatter. Use every moment of time in loving, positive, constructive thoughts and words. Realize that the thoughts you project can help or mar. Therefore, be master of your thoughts and words and not a slave to them. Why not enjoy life to the full? You can only do that when you are giving of your very best in time, words, and deeds. Open your eyes and open your heart and see and feel the very best in everything and everyone around you. If you have difficulty in finding the very best, simply keep on looking until you have found it. It is there, waiting for you. There are many wonderful things in the world. Why not take time to concentrate on them and fill your life with them, so that the unpleasant, unhappy, and discordant ones can find no place in your life. Life is what you make it. What are you making of yours? Take a deep breath. Thank you, Eileen. God bless you. Let's just take a moment on that. Bashar has a quote recently where he says, people show up in exactly the way you insist insist for them to show up. In other words, it is always, only our own reflection. And what we put out is what we get back. Someone in the course over the weekend, I was there for 3 sessions, and glad for all of them. One moment. It's still nice enough to keep the windows open, which is great. We're having just such wonderful weather this year. It's been amazing. Blue sky and sunshine this morning. I'll have to come back to, so uh, someone was talking about Reverend Michael from Agape, and seeing a dialogue, and someone asked, "What's the difference between where our current level of consciousness, students of peace and truth and mysticism and love and spirit, and your level of consciousness?" And he said, "The only difference is that I'm living it and you're thinking about it." Wow. So I put that to practice since hearing that. And to me, to my mind, that just means, working with the energy. That's what I wanted to do this morning in the opening song there, is just sit with the energy with you. And it was thick. It was powerful. Love those handpan um, recordings, sessions. And young lady's voice was stunning. Daily quote from Abraham. Ready? Everything is happening in the moment. So as you are offering a vibration in your now, you are receiving the result of that vibration. When you make your transition into the non-physical, you re-emerge into pure positive energy, and you leave all resistance behind. Everyone who makes the transition reaps the glory of pure positive energy. That is really upsetting to those who want the bad ones to be punished. But it does not happen. Punishment is a concoction of man's disconnected mind. Hello. Take a breath into that. Yes, this is why forgiveness is so powerful and so important. And as if there's a higher power, here is the lesson from the course on forgiveness. This is from yesterday. I'm giving you the first paragraph from the lesson in the workbook, which is what we study every morning, and then there is an accompanying material called Pathways, which is a student of the course writing their interpretation and their experience of the lesson. So forgiveness is lesson 62, A Course in Miracles. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It is your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. Forgiveness is the demonstration that you are the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. We all share, this is the Pathways now, we all share in forgiveness, giving and receiving, as a function of the light in living in this world. Place those for whom forgiveness is an issue in the light. Hold them in the light with you. Ask Holy Spirit to show you the meaning of forgiveness for this person. There will be an answer. Trust the light to show it to you. Trust the light to do the work of forgiveness. If you are willing to do this, forgiveness will be yours to receive and to give. You will share in forgiveness. It shall become as a sweet bouquet of joy and happiness, whose grace shall permeate your life and extend to those around you. How sweet is the perfume of innocence. Let it be your signature fragrance. Take a deep breath. And so I'll just segue from that. I did get to see, I will say, the memorial for Charlie Kirk yesterday, and it truly was a revival. I came in and we had a pastor, Charlie Kirk's pastor, and he was preaching the Bible, and he was asking everyone who's had already taken Jesus as their personal savior to remain seated, and everyone who wanted now to walk with Jesus to stand up. And of course, many people stood up. But that was only the beginning. It's well worth seeing, my friends. It is a spiritual revolution that is happening in America and around the world, and everyone is going to be affected by the shift in consciousness that this is expressing right now through the teachings of Jesus. And it is water to a civilization dying of thirst in America and many places, many people around the world. It's a great thing, not without its complications. I absolutely acknowledge that. But in general, I think it's extraordinary. There's Tucker Carlson talking about his need to forgive himself, and that he can only forgive another after he's forgiven himself. And yes, J.D. Vance saying in his public life he's talked about Jesus more in the last 2 weeks of his life than any other time before. I haven't heard President Trump's take on things. I was just going to sleep when he was getting going, but there's something happening there, my friends, and we all need to keep our hearts open to each other. And yes, we go to extremes to find balance. So I'm excited and hopeful. Yeah. But each of us has our own path to walk in our own conscience. And that's how we judge ourselves. And thus, that's what we get judged by. So be true to yourself. Yes. You were never meant to be ruled. Not by systems, not by fear, not even by your past. Your soul came encoded with inner sovereignty, the knowing that you are already worthy, already whole, already divine. No priest, no title, no algorithm can give it to you, and none can take it away. Cassandra Elsroth, Galactic Council of Lightworkers. Kaboom! Find the sweetness in your own heart. Then you may find the sweetness in every heart. Rumi. Okay. So the solar eclipse gateway, September 24th, 2025, Zachary Fisher. This month hasn't been random. It's been a sequence. The lunar eclipse earlier in September pulled old contracts and patterns out by the roots. The 999 portal poured in the blueprints for who we're becoming. And now, on September 21st, 2025, the solar eclipse arrives, and it's here to test what we've anchored. Astronomers call it a partial eclipse, the most visible in the southern hemisphere. But spiritually, there's nothing partial about it. Anytime the sun is shadowed, even for a moment, what's hidden comes forward. Eclipses are cosmic filters. They strip away pretense and show us what is true, what you may feel around this time. Sudden clarity about people, projects, or patterns that cannot come forward. Pressure in your chest or body, as if something is being forced into alignment. Quick initiations, small but sharp tests that reveal whether you're standing in truth or leaning on old scaffolds. How to move with it. Stay steady. Don't chase what's dissolving. Protect what's sacred. Not everyone deserves access to your light. Anchor a clear intention. Even 3 words spoken with conviction ripple through the collective. This is why affirmations and prayers and a good poem are so powerful, because they realign us back to the truth, and then we come back to ourselves. That's my intention here with this podcast. Anchor a clear intention. Even 3 words spoken with conviction ripple through the collective. After the eclipse, well, those are good anytime. Expect a few days of emotional fallout. Things revealed may sting at first, but clarity always serves. Integration will come in waves, new insights, new alignments, and sometimes surprising openings that weren't visible before. Relationships, projects, and paths that survive the filter will feel lighter, cleaner, and more alive. Many will feel drained, but in that emptiness is space for the new to settle. Rest, ground and let your body catch up to what your spirit already knows. The lunar eclipse emptied the vessel. The 999 poured in the codes. Now this solar eclipse seals the work. And in the days we begin to live from that seal. And in the days after, we begin to live from that seal. This is where we prove, not with words, but with presence, that we are ready to embody what we came here to carry. Don't fear the shadow. It only proves the light is rising. Edge of shadow, edge of light, we rise together. Take a deep breath. We also had yesterday a Peace One Day from London, which I haven't seen yet, but we had Jude Law and Daryl Hall and Dave Stewart and all sorts of interesting people singing and praying for peace together. Thank you. There's Patricia Fitzgerald. I'll leave her fine message for you to read, but it's there with this stunning mandala. As always, love your work, Patricia. Love your spirit, and thank you for your deep commitment to the truth. The Sacred Lodge of the Great Mystery. This is Chief Phil. The Sacred Lodge of the Great Mystery stands beyond our hearts and minds, yet its doorway is always open to creation. So here's one I want to share with you. I was sharing this with Annie. Annie had her birthday last week as well. Happy birthday to you, my dear friend. And she celebrated with her friends by gifting her Les Mis, a professional production at the San Diego Repertory Theater, one of those great theaters they have there, of Les Mis. So we're going to hear all about that today. But I was mentioning to her that one of Gary Renard's books, one of the teachers of A Course in Miracles, was the last one that he's written. And this I've read this, I heard this on Audible. I've listened to all of Gary's books. I recommend him very, very highly. He's cutting edge stuff. The 40 lifetimes that Jesus and Buddha shared together. And if you don't think that reality is an illusion, this will change your mind deeply and powerfully. His first book, of course, was called Disappearance of the Universe. And the story is that Gary was in his home up in the woods of Maine one day, and he came out of meditation, and there was a man and a woman sitting on his sofa. And they introduced themselves as artists, which is the man, and Persa, the woman. And they said that they were his spirit guides. And the journey begins from there. And to come full circle, the message is that, and this is the Course in Miracles, nothing real can be threatened, nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. When you know that our physical reality is an illusion, which Dan Brown gets into in his new novel, The Secret of Secrets, which I also just finished over the weekend, you start to see the theme of our time. And the whole thing, of course, as we've just said here, is about forgiveness and love. So when we forgive our judgments, our fears, our regrets, our compromises, whatever it might be, and we bring that to the unconditional love of God, or the perfect peace of the Christ consciousness with Yeshua, with Jesus, with the Buddha, etc., you come back to yourself. One teacher, of course, who's impacted my life hugely is this gentleman, Wayne, the late great Wayne Dyer, which many of us know and love Wayne and all of the work that he's done. And he went from psychology and New Thought straight into Lao Tse and St. Francis and Buddha and the Christ consciousness. And he wound up at the end of his life, and Abraham, of course, some great dialogues between Wayne and Abraham. And So he recommends that you listen to his message here and every night. And I think I'm going to play this for us today.
Tonight and every night for the rest of your life, I want you to take the last 5 minutes before you go off to sleep and realize that you are about to program your subconscious mind. All right? Your subconscious mind is most at home when you are unconscious, when you are asleep. If you spend the last 5 minutes of your day, which so many people do, reviewing all of the things that you don't like and all the things that didn't work out and how terrible you feel and who abused you and who was mean to you and who said this and they did this, and you're constantly doing this kind of thing with your mind, then you are programming your subconscious mind that when you awaken, because you're now about to marinate for the next 8 hours in your subconscious mind. And then when you awaken, you will rejoin the universal subconscious mind, the mind of God, from which we all originate. We're all just individualized personal expressions of that one thing that we call the Tao, or God, or divine mind, or soul, or spirit. But the Tao that can be named is not the Tao. So you want to be real careful about how you program your subconscious mind. This is from the book of Job. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. Job 33, 15 and 16. When you are slumbering on your bed, he opens your ears and seals your instruction. What you place into your subconscious mind as you are about to go into this deep slumber is all dependent upon what you do the last 3 or 4 or 5 minutes before you go off to sleep. You want to place into your imagination whatever you have placed into the I am that I spoke about earlier. I am well. I am content. I am peaceful. I am happy. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am God. I am God. I am God. Because at the basic core, each and every one of us are just that. So it's like if you just close your eyes and just listen to this meditation. It's from the book 3 Magic Words. Here's what I'd like you to say to yourself at night. I know that I am pure spirit, that I always have been, and that I always will be. There is inside me a place of confidence and quietness and security where all things are known and understood. This is the universal mind, God, of which I am a part, and which responds to me as I ask of it. This universal mind knows the answer to all of my problems. And even now, the answers are speeding their way to me. I needn't struggle for them. I needn't worry or strive for them. When the time comes, the answers will be there. I give my problems to the great mind of God. I let go of them, confident that the correct answers will return to me when they are needed. Through the great law of attraction, everything in life that I need for my work and fulfillment will come to me. It is not necessary that I strain about this, only believe. For in the strength of my belief, my faith will make it so. I see the hand of divine intelligence all about me, in the flower, the tree, the brook, the meadow. I know that the intelligence that created all these things is in me and around me, and that I can call upon it for my slightest need. I know that my body is a manifestation of pure spirit, and that spirit is perfect. Therefore, my body is perfect also. I enjoy life, for each day brings a constant demonstration of the power and wonder of the universe and myself. I am confident, I am serene, I am sure. No matter what obstacle or undesirable circumstance crosses my path, I refuse to accept it, for it is nothing but illusion. There can be no obstacle or undesirable circumstance to the mind of God, which is in me, around me, and serves me now. This is the great lesson. Know this within you. When Herman Melville was writing Moby Dick, he wasn't writing about a man looking for a whale. He was writing about a man trying to find his higher self. He said these words, "For as this appalling ocean surrounds the verdant land, so in the soul of man lies one insular Tahiti, full of peace and joy, but encompassed by all of the horrors of the half-lived life." In every moment of your life as you leave here today, you have this choice. You can either be a host to God or a hostage to your ego. It's your call. Thank you. God bless you. Namaste. Thank you.
Wayne Dyer, my friends. Thank you, Wayne. Beautiful. All right. Let's see. I wanted to do. So this was fantastic. I really want to recommend this. Annie loved this, and she sent it off to her ex as well. When Physics Meets Fiction. So this is our novelist Dan Brown. His books have sold 250 million copies. That's before the new one was published. It was 8 years since the last book was published. I think that was Inferno. And before that, The Lost Symbol was also brilliant. And then, of course, The Da Vinci Code was a huge sea change, which I've talked about many times, with the physicist Brian Greene. And the two of them are talking for 90 minutes about the nature of reality. And that's what, of course, the book is about, The Secret of Secrets. So highly recommend this. It's very cutting edge. It's very, very well done. This lovely young lady, Ellie Ringrose, something like this, she's really brilliant. She left high school at 17, and she's been traveling the world and has hundreds of thousands of followers, and is a very clear and open channel, very enlightened, and she's teaching you how to manifest anything you desire. And this is well worth the 10 minutes of your time that she puts it out there. Yeah, I'm looking for, there was Saturday, I'm looking for Helen and Aluna Joy in the time we have remaining here. Dut, 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 dut. Dut, 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 dut. Patricia, Sculpture, Jesus, Wayne. Yes, we're here again. Kindred Spirits. I did connect with Stephanie from Kindred Spirits, who organized the World Peace Gathering, and I'm looking forward to interviewing her as well at some point. There was Saturday. Here is Kindred Spirits is selling Becky Big Canoe's book, The Kinship Way. So please check that out there. There's Guthema Roba. If I speak to you, I don't speak to your gender or hierarchy or race. I speak to awaken your mind and soul, the timeless dimension in you, where flowers bloom effortlessly. I speak to the field of oneness in you, that is the fabric of all beings, the foundation of all life. And he gives us this stunning photograph for that. Take a breath into that. When we come back to nature, we come back to our nature. Marianne, Peace, Declan, Allie, Rudolph. No. All right. Yeah, this is good. What if we saw ourselves as one? Our birthplace, Earth. Our race, human. Our religion, love. A world where empathy sees no borders, no divides. We are not separate threads, but part of the same vast living fabric woven into the universe itself. Every life, every being, every part of existence bound together. Our survival depends not on domination, but on recognizing our intrinsic connection to one another, to the earth, and to all that lives. We are one, and we are many together. Take a deep breath. People love that. Me too. Happens to be true, of course. Okay, Aluna Joy. Ready? Our voices online hold immense power, and if we don't express them, they risk being overlooked in the sea of information that surrounds us. We have the opportunity to serve as a vital counterbalance to the overwhelming influence of AI that AI has on humanity. By sharing our presence, our voices, our truths, and most importantly, our hearts, we can elevate the experience and the frequency of AI for the betterment of all. Suppose we don't use our voices because we don't want to play this game, and I hear you. However, in that case, our wise voices will not be part of the massive database that AI gathers from to share with those reaching out for answers. This is a problem that will not go away by avoiding it. AI is limited to information generated by human keystrokes made by all of us. We need to post and share our truths online, now more than ever. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze of truth. We need to post and share our truths online now more than ever. Post with your fierce, loving heart. Ensure that you infuse your powerful voice with compassion and empathy into these algorithms. As spiritual beings, we need to serve as a divine counterbalance and share truths filled with ancient and modern wisdom, emphasizing the importance of compassion and community, and above all, love with AI models. This will increase the frequency of information that AI shares with anyone using a phone, tablet, or computer. So with all that said, we will not be victims of AI. We will be masters of it. It is up to us. It always has been. Let that sink in this morning. The things that keep me up at night. Aluna Joy Yaxkeen. Take a deep breath. Okay, and here is Sister Helen Quayle. Perfect, let me get this, yeah. Perfect way to finish up, I'd say. To trust the map, we first have to recognize it. What is your compass? Is it the noise of media and culture? Is it your bank balance? Your physical appearance? Is it that flame that never dies? There you go. How do you know this? And not just know this. How do you walk each day with this at the center? With the increasing chaos and horror playing out, there is more and more shadow trying to pull us from ourselves, from our true unwavering self, which is power. The eclipse season is, as we say in Scotland, a doozy. Personally, I have been really incapacitated physically for several days. It is all about the shadow and transformation. As we move through shadow, we no longer live from it. Person by person, society is made up of every one of us. Nothing out there, however horrific, is apart from all of us. As this is rising, if we cannot recognize our own soul's call, we get lost at sea. My work is cultivating this recognition and strengthening bridges with our heart, mind, and body so that we can live from our truest core. And mine as well, Helen. This particular kind of work, I call it embodied awakening, happens most richly when we come together in groups. Together we can bring in more light, The field holds a tremendous level of frequency that in itself is profoundly healing. This is not only bringing in more light, it is the marriage of light and dark, the wedding of formless and form, the balance ever alive of being an awakening human. Together we can amplify what's possible, and it is in relationship that we see what we cannot see, our own shadows. We illuminate and we support in the bringing wholeness for all of us. This is healing and growth for your own life, for our communities, and for our human family. It has never been more important. And then she invites you to join her on this last Saturday. Helen Quayle, take a deep breath. All right, my friends, I think that will do it for today. I hope that fills your cup. I say once again, please make a donation if what I do is of value to you here. You can send 5, 10, 20 euro to lightheart2018@gmail.com through your PayPal. I'm on Revolut as well. And yeah, it's thanks to Annie I'm keeping my Wi-Fi on today. So things do go up and down. I'm still very excited about the LifeWave X39 patch and working with them and sharing that information. And I will be on again Wednesday night with a live Zoom at 8:30 p.m. Ireland time, or you can go to lifewave.com/Lou Martin, which is on my Facebook page here. That's my storefront, and check out what that's about. You can also go to thisisitinfo.com and get all the science and testimonials and the interviews with David Schmidt. And please do those things because they support what I do here. Yeah. And finally, thank you for keeping me and my work in your thoughts and prayers, as I am honored and grateful to do the same for you. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Peace and blessings. All my love. Namaste. Peace.